Then again, you can't really die of thirst in a city, can you? The thought bothered me. Why can't you? Like if an old man is confused and scared and he hardly even talks, where does he go to get a drink? Who will give him water? I don't know why I kept thinking the worst about everything, but my brain just kept focusing on the bad stuff. Like when I tried to remember some of our happy times together, my mind dredged up that awful morning when I'd snatched Skelly's Cheerios away. In fact, that's probably why, in my dream, he was wandering around all thirsty. Right before he stumbled into the desert, I'd probably snatched his milk away. Jake? I heard my mother come into the room. I stayed still and pretended to be asleep. Ma didn't fall for it. She pulled the Afghan away like it was a magician's cloth. I opened one eye. Standing in the doorway was another cop. A different cop than the one who I'd ridden with on Wednesday. This one was young and in good shape. He was holding a helmet in his hand, so I knew he was a bike cop. It looked like there was something in his other hand, too, but the doorway was blocking it from my view. Jake, this is Officer Rios, my mother said. He was just over at the park, and he's got some news for us. The cop walked the rest of the way into the room. When I saw his other hand, my blood went cold. He was holding a white painter's hat. Oh, Jesus, no. Ma rushed over. No, Jake. Oh, no, it's not what you're thinking. Nothing has happened to Skelly. They found his hat at the park yesterday afternoon, but they think it's good news, Jake. They think it's a lead. It means that Skelly's probably been there. Yesterday, right? She asked Officer Rios. You think he was there yesterday? He hemmed and hawed a little. Well, we think it's possible he was there yesterday. Like I already told you, ma'am, my partner and I found the hat at the edge of the lake around 4:30 p.m., but we have no way of telling exactly when it got there. My brain froze around his words. At the edge of the lake? From that second on, the rest of what he said faded in and out. There was something about how the hat had been near the water but not in it, and something else about how there was no evidence of foul play. Finally, he started backing toward the hall. So, mainly I just wanted to come by and tell you folks that the search we're going to do today is pretty routine, and that we're very confident that we're not going to find anything down there, but, well, just to be sure. He lowered his voice. We've sent down a couple divers. Ma's hand flew over her mouth. Right away, Officer Rios started going on and on about how he'd seen lots of these water searches and how they almost never found anything, and how he'd come back to give us an update as soon as he could. But Ma didn't nod. Didn't walk him to the door. Didn't do anything. After he left, I called Aunt Marguerite. She and James were at our house in 15 minutes. Mrs. Russell came running in behind them. Officer Rios had left the painter's hat on the coffee table. It's weird, too, how totally different their reactions were when they saw it there. James mouthed the silent cuss word. Aunt Marguerite glued her eyes to it and kept them there all the way to her seat. Mrs. Russell put it on. I'm not kidding. She snatched it off the table, stuck it on her head, and said it wasn't coming off till Skelly got home. Ma smiled slightly. After that, the tension eased in the room a little, and I turned on the TV just for the noise. A baseball game was on, but I doubt if any of us could have told you who was playing. The TV screen was just a place to aim our eyes while we waited. 3 times I tried changing rooms. Once I went into the kitchen and made paper airplanes out of the napkins in the holder. The other 2 times I went to my room and rolled around on my bed. But it was never long before I was back in the living room with the others. Aunt Marguerite was the first one to spot Officer Rios coming up the front porch steps. Oh my God, he's back. She leaped from her chair and took off running. James was right on her heels. Ma was on his. When the dust finally settled, Mrs. Russell and I were the only ones who hadn't moved a muscle. She glanced over at me. If the news is good, it'll get here quick enough. If the news is bad, I ain't in no hurry. I turned my eyes away from the window. Everyone was on the porch and I couldn't stand to watch. Seconds passed. Then suddenly there was a bang. I looked over and saw James's meaty face pressed against the pane and a wild grin. They didn't find him! I thought my heart was going to explode. I sprang off the couch and started jumping up and down. They didn't find him! They didn't find him! Did you hear that, Mrs. Russell? I knew he was okay. I knew it! I knew it! I grabbed the painter's hat off her head and put it on mine. This stupid hat isn't even his, I bet. And even if it was, there are a million ways it could have gotten to the edge of the water. Like the wind could have blown it, or a dog might have carried it down there, or a whooping...